Alright, so this video is about conflict of interest. And first of all, why is my camera not focused? Can you do it while I'm recording? Oh, yes you can. Hey, anyway. So this video is about conflict of interest. And I've been in relationships. And I've realized conflict of interest played a big part of why it didn't work. You know, people look at me and they be like, are you married? And stuff like that. And they ask, well, how you gonna give me relationship advice? People, I need you to understand. You can get advice from anyone with experience. You can get advice from anyone who has a close relationship with somebody who has the experience of their particular situation. It doesn't take a doctor to give you advice. So this notion that, oh, who are you to give me advice? Bro, you can get good advice from anyone. And I'm pretty sure you can look at yourself and say, hey, if somebody asks me about a particular situation, you could give them advice. You're not a doctor. Most of you aren't. I mean, some of you are. But anyway, the whole point is, conflict of interest played a big part of why a lot of my relationships didn't work. I want a wife. I want children by the same woman. That's not going to happen now because I already have a baby. But I want a family. I want a wife. Most women want a husband. They want family. They want all those things. We all want that. But see, the timing is different. They say women mature before men. That's not the truth. It's not the truth at all. And the older I get, the more I realize that. But what I will say is women are more accepting to having a family earlier than men are. So a lot of times it's just a conflict of interest. Me, I realized early in my years, I started wanting to do music at like 18. So every girl I met from the time I was 18 to I would say the time I started believing in God, which was like 25, any girls between that time, pretty much they had no chance. Cause my interest was not having a family, like having kids, having a wife. That wasn't my interest whatsoever. So any girl that dated me before I was 25, it didn't end well. And they probably did nothing to deserve being broken up and all of that. But again, my interest was not of the same interest as theirs. Now, a lot of time, people don't understand the sacrifices need to be made when you're dealing with different people. Like, everybody want to be married and things, but you have to really learn the person that you're marrying before you actually marry them. Because what happens is when I start out dating a girl, I'm a certain way. I'm the same way, literally 2 months later. But now they've developed these emotions and they expect me to be different. They expect, okay, we're in a relationship, I expect you to do this now, this now, this now. And it's like, no, that's not who I am. So before you get married with someone, you need to know who this person is. Because guess what? A lot of females treated me like they wanted me to be a husband. But they failed to realize I wasn't a husband. We was in a relationship. I'm not a husband. Once I have a wife will know who I am. Because to her, I am me. I am not a husband. I am not a husband. I am her husband. So she knows what comes with being me. Because I am going to be me. I'm not trying to be a husband material. Because trying to live whatever that expectation of a husband is, eventually once those things that qualify to be a husband, once you get tired of being somebody you're not, it falls apart. Because then the woman sees, oh, he switched up on me and all of that. See, I've always just focused on being real, focused on being myself. Whatever a woman wants to marry me, it's going to take time for you to understand what you're going to get out of me. And the woman that still wants to marry me, when they see the type of person I am, they're going to accept me. A lot of times we keep trying to make people change and then to be the perfect thing you want them to be. That's not how it works. You have to accept people for who they are if you want to be with that person. Don't try to make them change. Your best bet is to let them be themselves and work around it. Now, people do change when they get married. Your boyfriend, your husband used to clean up. Then he decided he don't want to clean up no more. Okay, well, compromise with him. All right, listen, I'll clean your room, but you either need to buy food on Saturdays and Sundays or you need to cook Saturdays and Sundays. Compromise. Let's figure this out. If you want me to do more, you got to do something. Take something off my plate if you want me to take something off yours. That type of compromising could take place. And I feel like that's the job of a queen, to keep this thing. Women, your job is to keep this thing smooth. Keep it operating. Like, you guys are the best person for the job. The man make all these decisions, whatever he's doing, all that, the mental. Your job is to comfort him. If I'm trying to make it to the NBA and you want to be here for the ride, you need to comfort me. You know where I'm at. I'm in the gym. So if you want to spend time with me, then you know where to find me. A lot of women feel like you spend too much time with your boys. I'm not spending time with my boys. I'm spending time in the gym. It just happened to be with my boys. So if you want to see me, you know what? Come to the gym. That's the reason Rick Ross had that saying, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, in reference to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant made all that money, and now I gotta buy you this big old ring to make up for a mistake I made, whatever. But in reality, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. That's basically saying you're not supporting me as I'm coming up, but you're expecting all this stuff out of me. So it's like, be with your dude shooting in the gym. If you know I work a lot and you want to see me, don't be like, you spend too much time at work. Come see me at work. Come spend a little time. Don't be overwhelming the people at the job, but come spend a little time, hug me, boom, 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 get up out of there. Come see your boy at work. But to expect a person to change who they is, to comfort and satisfy you, that selfishness is going to end to destruction. It's going to end. It's always going to end. Because a person is who they are. I'm a workaholic. I work a lot. If I meet a female that want to spend more time with me than she wants me to work, it's going to be a problem. Because I'm happy working. I'm happy spending time with you too, but I'm happier. Let me stay doing what I'm doing. Let me keep doing the things I did to make me happy. And then you find some way to squeeze up in there. And if the transition is going to be made, allow me to make it. Don't make that transaction for me, because then you're forcing me to stop doing something I was enjoying doing sooner than I want to do it. So let's let people be themselves. See what you're going to get. And if you want to marry, then marry. If you don't, then don't. But a lot of people, they rushing into these relationships, these serious commitments way too fast. I mean, I'm guilty of it, but that's the reason why I'm single right now. The relationship didn't work. And it's mostly because the pressure is put on me. But again, conflict of interest.